quick video of a power steering unit in my 2017 Honda Pioneer 704. I installed the power steering kit last week, and I just wanted to do a quick review and show you what I did and what I didn't do per the instructions to help out. I tried research on YouTube. I didn't find many good videos. A lot were kind of dragged out, but I'm gonna quickly show you the ins and the outs, I guess, on what I did. Might not work with everybody, but it worked for me. So the unit's already installed, but let's go over a little bit about the instructions. So the instructions start out with telling you to remove the dash. Remove dash, remove steering wheel. I didn't do any of that. I didn't remove anything. The only thing I removed was the steering shaft at the bottom. So it also says to remove the clip on the steering shaft here, so you could pull out the steering column. You could pull it up a little bit. You don't have to. I didn't. I had plenty of room. I'm not sure why the instructions tell you to do all that, but you don't have to. Had no problem not removing the dash, and no problem not moving the steering column. So that's what I didn't do in these instructions. Saved obviously a ton of time. Not sure why they want you to remove the dash, but there's some stuff. The air guide plate, you do have to remove the air guide plate. That's what's sitting right here. I have already removed it because the power steering kit's already installed. Now it says here, air guide plate will not be reinstalled. Well, if you look at the air guide plate, okay, air guide plate went right down in there, and it stops I would say it stops a lot of the wind from that fan, the hot air, from blowing into the cab too. And also, if you look at the bottom, well, it obviously catches a lot of crap. I know why they don't want you to reinstall it, but I am definitely reinstalling mine to stop that airflow, and I'll show you what I did to reinstall it. Okay, but right now we'll get to everything else. So after you remove the air guide plate, follow the instructions, hooking up all the plates on the mounts, the computer and stuff. Same thing with that. Installing that is all correct. Lower shaft, the small shaft goes on the bottom, and obviously it's already all installed, which I went by the instructions doing that. Everything got mounted tight. This gets mounted tight. The lower shaft, they collapse so much that you can get them right on. Well, that's the same thing with the upper shaft. It collapses enough to get it on, and without removing the dash, you just go in through here with I think I used like a 6-inch extension to get the bolt out of the steering shaft. Now, when removing the original shaft, that came right out also. I mean, it was a little, you loosened both splines up and pulled the shaft down and then up a little bit, and it fit through a hole and came out down through here. I think I fished it through here or through here somewhere, but I believe that's why they wanted you to remove the dash. I did not have to remove the dash to install or remove the original shaft to install the new shafts. Also, I did not have to move the steering column to do that. So, saves a whole bunch of time, so it's pretty quick install right there. The next instructions, they fell on the floor, here we go. After you get the steering shafts installed, they show in the instructions putting the steering column back together and stuff. Like I said, you don't have to do that. There was plenty of room on mine. The steering shafts collapsed enough to put them in. Next thing they want you to do is to put the computer, or the ECU, whatever you want to call it, and mount it right here where there's 2 bolt holes where the air, that plastic piece went. Well, I obviously don't really want it there, because then it's wide open to the wheel. It's wide open to dirt, mud, and everything. I kind of thought, for me, that's a very poor place to put it. Also, in the end, I use this spot for storage. This is my tool bag spot and my toe strap spot. So I didn't want to mount the computer to them two holes. What I did was I mounted it up here, right next to the cables, right next to the glove box. So it's in between the glove box and the cables. And I actually had my granddaughter help me. I marked the holes out here and drilled down through and put a bolt. We use bolts coming up through. I come around here, and you probably can't see because it's too dark, but there's two bolts right there. So we ended up bolting it up through the, not really the floorboard, but the dash, the lower part of the dash. We bolted the computer up high. And there's plenty of room there for all your wiring. I can say leave that loose until you get all your plugs in, and then bolt it down tight. But I thought it was, for me, such a better idea than to put it down there, where it's going to get covered in dirt, mud, water, everything else, and you can't put that shield back in if you mount it there. So that's other instructions that I didn't do. I didn't mount it there, but once you mount that, obviously do the instructions for running your white wire and then your other wires to the battery. I just went down around the frame. You can see the wiring run down through here with the other wiring, and then it come down and up through. Had my granddaughter help me fish the wiring up into the seat. And that worked out just great. So ended up hooking to the battery like they said in the instructions. Right there it shows a hook into the battery. So did all that, and once that's done, that's pretty much it. And then put everything back together. Now I'll show you this air plate here to make it fit again. If you mount your computer up here, up high, what you have to do is just cut the end of this off right here, and then it will go right back in. And I don't really know why you'd want to leave this out, but it does go back in, pretty simple. And get that in there. So once that is mounted in, I'll show you what I use this spot for storage. And that them go in that hole that they want you to mount the computer in. But I didn't really want me to mount the computer there. So as you can see, that plate fits just fine if you just cut the end off to fit down here. And then it'll stop all the hot air from your radiator fan from blowing at you, for one. But it also, for me, it gives me back my storage, and I'll show you what I do for storage. This is my full loaded tool bag here. Now, it used to fit great before I put the power steering in, but now it's not going to fit as good. But that'll go. That sits there forever. Yeah, it'll be. It's been there for 3,000 miles, hasn't it, Bella? Yep. Actually, 3,500 miles. Oh, yeah, true. That's ridden there. And then we get the tow rope. Tow rope has sat here for the same amount of miles. Yep. And I have another one that sits right on top of them. And they've never moved. That's where they live. So I really needed to put that air plate back to make sure I still have my storage for my tool bag. And plus I obviously didn't want the radiator fan spinning all the stuff up on my lower dash. So that's that does it for this video. Just wanted to show you what I did for install. This is my granddaughter who helped me put it in the other day. So I hope this helps some people, and like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks. We'll see you in the next one.